call this back to order. And Kara, sorry to keep you. The Trumansburg Foundation Grant Awards, Discovery Trail for the 14-15 week. Recitations from Saturday. It's just weird.
So tonight we're really happy to present the check to you for the TCAD program, which is the Trumansburg Kids Award Summer Program. You may have gotten a little sheet in your packet, hopefully. So just really briefly, I wanted to remind you of what this program covers. Every single child in preschool through your sixth grade is going on a field trip that is an educational oriented field trip. It's not just free for all, here's the science center, go have fun. There's a docent or an educator at each one of the sites. Nancy Grossman with me is the DT coordinator. I don't know if you want to just briefly learn about how long you've been in this and what you're going to do.
So the Discovery Trail has been offering kids Discover the Trail for 10 years in Ithaca, and then this is the 5th year in Trumansburg. And this is what's happening now for Discovery Trail is working on expanding the program to the rest of Conference County, which is a slow process. But one of the first steps we've taken is working on fundraising. Prior to this year, Ithaca raised, IPEI raised all the Ithaca money, the Trumansburg Foundation raised all the Trumansburg money. So what's happened for 2013 to 14 is Discovery Trail has taken on a lot of the main foundation fundraising, and I am commissioned to present my first check to everybody.
We're here with teams tonight, and as we move forward, we're hoping that the primary fundraising will be done through the Discovery Trail, because as all the sites come on board, when we dry and Newfield, the Discovery Trail organization will be doing having a full part, and each district will actually that a certain portion of it. So it's been a really wonderful transition, starting with Ithaca, coming to Trumansburg, and now a lot of the major funders are seeing just the benefits that these trips are offering for our students in our county. And so it's really been fantastic to see you're seeing the evolution in person. Yeah. So we, for the TCSC Foundation, sent you a check for $10,071.55.
And then the Discovery Trail's portion is $2,565.
Kimberly has the money.
So then the next section that I wanted to just take a moment was to let you know that every spring, as you remember, we do create an opportunity for our teachers in our district, as well as some of the various different 501c3 education-oriented organizations in our area to apply for grants, and then use these grants grant money to help children throughout the school district in many different facets. And so we're very excited to let you know what the awards that were approved at our board meeting last week are going to be. So the Trumansburg Elementary School and Middle School Robotics, primary middle school robotics team, we're going to help them purchase an FLL Robot EV3 kit, which is the basic... I really wish I could take this class. The basic primary component needed to compete in the coming year's first LEGO League Challenge, and it will also be reused in future competitions. So essentially, we're getting middle schoolers primed and ready to get into the high school program, which is phenomenal. And from what I understand from the coffee shops, the groups are working so well together. It's so exciting. Really, one of the reasons why this foundation was created was to create new technology and really help enhance.
These weeks are the tail of the whale in this one.
We're going. So also to the middle school library, that team is going to be purchasing paint supplies for a student design mural outside the middle school library. This is a collaborative project with the art department and middle school library. It's going to be approximately 30 students, grades 5th through 8, they are going to work together and participate in mural painting. So that should be a lot of fun to see what they come up with. Also to the middle school library, we're really happy with the effort put in this year by that group. to support the creation of a makerspace. Makerspaces are featured collections of materials that enable students to take on projects that foster individual learning and experimentation. Funds will be used to purchase materials that will allow students to explore basic electronics, as well as collection tools and supplies for basic crafting and woodworking. I suggest a checkbook register. No reason to don't know why. And then to our Trumansburg High School to support the floating classroom, which is a ecology field trip. Sue Stein has been a fantastic champion of this particular cause, and it is a wonderful experience for these children and students to be able to really see, hands-on, tactile, applied science. So we're really thrilled to support that again this year. And lastly, to the Trumansburg High School robotics team, the Robot Raiders. The funds will be used to build a training robot to prepare the team for the 2014-15 competitive season. So with that, we are presenting a check for $5,350 to the board. I will let you know that we are also in transition. It's kind of an appropriate evening for the retirees here. Jen may have mentioned something, I suppose, to the board, but I am retiring from the CCOC Foundation. I've had a fantastic time. It was really wonderful to be one of the people who was called on back in January 2006, and I never will forget Fran McGuire, the dinner, I got the baby on one hip, and I'm like, what's going on, Fran? And she said, I'd really love to have you involved in this organization that we're going to try to put together. I haven't looked back. It has been a phenomenal experience. The team that is currently in place is wonderful. They're aware the institutional knowledge is there. But I just want to say thank you for all your support, and I've had a fantastic time, and I'm sure I'll be around for much more.
Thank you. We need to find a way to get the Free Press to write about this sort of stuff. South Seneca seems to have a really good way of getting these great... You do.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Open forum, residents, want to speak?
Come on.
Committee reports, policy committee, we've got second reading for the adoption of these policies. You see them in front of you, weapons in schools, prohibition of weapons and use of school district trademarks and service. Any motion? And a second. Discussion? Jamie, do you want to read this?
Not anyone has basically what we presented the last time. One for trademarks is lawyers who have it in place so that if the opportunity comes up, we can question on the policy.
Clarification, Mike?
There is one other addition, as suggested from Mike about, and that was very appropriate, on 3411 community relations, prohibition of weapons on school grounds. We added, you can find CO2 cartridge. Right after that, we added ammunition and class 1 explosives. And it includes ammunition on any school property. We felt that was important to say.
And I think, I'd just like to make clear that any object that is considered or reasonable simile of a weapon is there because of the 3D printers and such. They have really caused a bit of a ruckus.
Oh, we've had that experience in our district with facsimiles. Further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, move back on the minutes. Now, facilities. Peter, what do you got? You got anything for us? Grass is growing.
Is that right?
In the middle of that field.
I'm not afraid because they were.
Did they start to stop?
I thought they saw it.
Or not?
No.
They got rained out.
It was supposed to start last week, but because of the rain, they couldn't, so it's now tomorrow. They're gonna start putting sod down.
And I guess we determined that we're gonna keep the topsoil instead of having to truck it away.
Saves us money.
Saves us some money and it gives us a little supply for future use, perhaps. I believe we're donating some to the village also. We'll take the 4 or 5 truckloads. There's plenty out there. What else? We're looking at, you remember Gary, what else? We have a list here, that different things.
You just heard from Mike DeFermo last week too, right?
Yeah.
Much more added since then?
No, just really gearing up to jump in.
As soon as the kids are done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, we had a meeting last week, and we're tuning up things, like we discovered we were really looking at the auditorium, lighting and sound design.
Right.
That we didn't have a bigger projector plant right up there, and we need one. So that's something we're considering.
We're getting pricing.
Jeannie took a look at the, new loudspeaker system, or the PA system that we're rewiring the PA system for our elementary school. There's a perception that the speakers are pretty bad. New wiring, bad speakers that doesn't make sense, so we're checking on the cost of new speakers, clocks are related, things like that.
Well, internal things like that help us in the instructional space balance, don't they? So we've been out of balance with incidentals and instructional space, right? So that helps us to do this.
Although it's very tricky with the way the money is flowing, that we need to check with Karen to make sure that things are able or even expensive. So there's several moving pieces to just make it.
And Mike DeFermo is all of us.
He is on top of it.
We're very
We
satisfied.
did finalize the plans to move the tree, or to not move the tree, to move the road rather than the tree. We saw the plan, it looks pretty good.
Which was no expense, that turned out to be a wash in terms of.
We're gonna fix the elementary flagpole and small things somehow.
Sorry, I got driving so fast.
You hit the tree?
No. It's no
You
problem.
hit the flagpole?
It's a good rumor to.
Where is the flagpole?
On the other side of the
Busted.
school, on the east side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The snow plow.
It's made for some wonderful literary references. Ian Clifford took his class over and they reenacted them.
They're running the conduit and that to the tennis court, so at future point, we want to look at lighting that. That'll already be done, we won't have to dig anything up, just have to pull it through.
So,
Yeah, no.
Okay, so that's it, Pete?
Yeah.
Okay. Douglas, what do you got? You want to give us anything?
No, not really.
Okay. Abby is not with us this evening, probably getting ready for graduation for sure. Do we have
Celebrating the
correspondence?
last
of
day
any
of
kind?
school.
Michael Pliss, you're up first, pal. What do you got?
We had some listening papers.
We did?
So we're gonna have Michael Bliss, who's actually gonna speak in August, just based on what we're gonna have this year.
Excellent. That's fine. John, it's your turn.
Just a, really, Mike had asked me to reference graduation, but we're sort of in that we're in the last quarter mile of the marathon.
Last quarter mile.
Oh, yeah.
Tenth of a mile.
Yeah, today was the last day of classes, so there's a couple of kids that are still turning in late work to wrap things up, but I expect that we will be in good shape for our senior class for graduation. We collected iPads this past week so that we can do a summer inventory, so we did collect all student iPads. And today was our last day of classes. Our seniors celebrated with sounding their horns and driving around town, but everybody was safe and with a little help from Mr. Ferretti.
So we won't get any nasty letters, we shouldn't do this anymore?
There was no formal parade, but Mr. Ferretti and one of his officers were out there just making sure the kids were being safe on the roads of T-Bird. Oh, we did also elect today our new board member for next year, who will be Olivia Colon.
Excellent. And I hope her parents come to the board meetings as well. That will add some color to the students.
All right.
And many attractive with those two.
All right.
Yes, excellent. So we have a consent agenda. Is there any one we want to take out? You can.
Under instructional staff, Margaret Ford was
So that'll be a walk-on to C. Okay, so we need A through E with the...
Can I pull out your change?
You can, sure. So we'll go A through K with the addition of Barb Shortwood. And then, what did you say? What did you say, Gary?
I and J.
And then we'll take K through B. All in favor? I'm sorry, I need a motion. A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So now we'll take I first.
We can do it together, it's the same question.
Okay, so let me get back to I. Okay, so these are entry-level rates of pay. I had the same question about this, about whether it's in the reorg meeting or not. And we would be in the reorg. So we'll take I and J. These are entry-level pay and substitute pay rate for the 14-15 school year. Need a motion?
So moved.
And a second? And discussion.
My question was, how do these compare to the rates for this year? Is there an increase? If so, what is it? And if not?
Actually, the support, any support team, jump in.
Okay, entry-level salary for support staff, that comes first, is an I, is 2.5%
Increase?
raise.
Okay.
Minus 1%.
Okay.
Which is very important to our support staff, that the substitutes not make this much. I mean, that's a very important point.
And that's why the minus 20 cents?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Very
Entry-level
intentional.
is the same as.
Oh.
Very
the
intentional.
So
current.
contracting and support staff contract, all members will be moved forward to 2.5%. So if we move these numbers forward as well, it would be on par with our existing employees that have time invested.
Further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
So that's for I and J. And now we'll move to new business here, which looks like a pile of tenure appointments. We'll take them one at a time.
Oh, how can that be?
Does she work here? Tenure appointment, we'll do Jenny Mayo first. Any motion? And a second? Discussion about Jenny? All in favor?
Aye.
Tenure appointment for Sarah Acker. Any motion? Second.
Second.
We get some rhythm here. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna break up the rhythm. She wanted to come tonight, and, she was due to have her baby last Saturday, so
This
we're
is the art
hoping
teacher?
that this
Yeah.
puts her in
Water in
labor.
the art rooms? Can we ask what's going on with the art?
I don't wanna know, Fred.
That's right. Can't tell you.
So she can't be
she
here.
wanted to be here, she planned this morning to be here, so I'm really hoping that this put her into labor.
What a way to go.
What a way to take her and have a baby. Yes.
Okay, so we'll move on to the tenure appointment of Megan DiCarlo. Any motion?
So moved.
And a second? Discussion, ready? All in favor? Aye. Well done, Megan. Caitlin Coder, need a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Discussion. This is Larry and Karen's kid, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Tenure appointment for Lisa Matias?
Marius?
Matias? Motion, a second? And discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Jennifer Tucci, need a motion? And a second? Discussion?
Jennifer Frederick.
Jennifer? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Tenure for Brandon Wicks, need a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Okay, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And someone who strangely is known as Sarah Buck. Need a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Discussion? It's nice to have you. All in favor?
Aye.
So that brings us to executive session. Do we have executive session?
I don't think there's a need for one. There may be a need for a special board meeting sometime in the next 2 weeks, because my contract.
Did you get that letter? Did I send you? Remember I sent you a letter?
Yeah, anyway, if the board doesn't meet, it messes with retro pay and all kinds of crazy stuff, so Sheena will contact.
I had a letter that was supposed to get distributed. It's between me and her. It's my bad being late. It's going to be done. You didn't see a letter. I thought we would have seen it by now. Sorry, that I didn't come to. It was supposed to happen the night I wasn't here. My apologies. So we will have that cleaned up and hopefully not have to burden anyone other than the 4 weeks later. So with that, I'll move for adjournment.
So
Thank you all. What a wonderful evening. Congratulations to our